Namaskar. Welcome to Conversations with Rakesh. Here's today's question. Rakesh, I'm told that networking is very important for my professional career. Can you suggest 5 ways that I can adopt to network better? See, networking is is about collaboration. It's about building relationships and trust with each other. So I'm going to answer your question, but I must tell you why is it important to network? And I'll give you my own example. My career when I was a very rookie engineer at Intel took a major fillip just because of networking. And I'll explain that to you that there was this massive problem in a client laptop that we were working on. And I had a general habit of knowing people. One of the people I had spent some time with as a network, as a person I used to have a coffee or a lunch with, was actually very critical for that problem. And when this issue blew up, nobody knew what to do, but I knew that this person had the right answer. And he was a very accomplished engineer. He was just away from the project. So I approached him, asked his help, got his help inside the problem that we were facing, fixed it, and I got rewarded for it. And I told people that I don't deserve any reward. It was this important person who I knew who helped us. And that's where my boss said that Rakesh, networking is a part of your job and you must invest more time on it. So I have taken networking as a part of my job. That's how important I feel it is to my life. Just like how I spend time in working on my classes, research, I also spend a lot of time in networking. Networking is about knowing people. There is this famous quotation that it's not what you know, but it's who you know that's very critical in life. And definitely at a certain stage of life, when you're a professional, entrepreneur, manager, leader, your networks are your wealth. So please start investing in them. It's like almost like a systematic investment plan. The more you invest, after many years, this little pot will become a huge ocean, which might be good for you. So, on that note, let me give you 5 suggestions that I have from my own personal experiences that have helped me a lot. I use them almost every day to network better, which I'll share with you. So, here goes my request number one. The first is utilize your existing networks around you, your family, your school, your college, the alumni networks, and the communities you belong to. You know, many of us think that networking is about contacting unknown people, which is fine. It's part of networking. Most job interviews happen through that students look out for recruiters who they don't know and start networking, and that's really not networking. Actually, we have a great community and groups around us that we don't harness. Our families, I'm not saying immediate families, our cousins, our extended families, they are very good networks. We don't even get to know them. Our school, college, alumni groups, I can't tell you how important they are for our lives. And I was the head of alumni of IIM Bangalore Alumni Association for over 6 years. The amount of wealth a alumni group gives you is mind blowing. And I was lucky to be part of the IMB Alumni Association and my undergraduate NIT Suratkal Association, very powerful groups. But they are not going to just open up unless you invest time. So you invest time in building those relationships. So your school, colleges, your wherever alumni groups are there, take them very, very seriously. And don't take them seriously when you have lost your job or when you want a job. It's very important for you to first start building relationships with people around you. Get comfortable with them, know them. And that's the first request I have, that please utilize the networks you already have and maximize them rather than contacting some unknown people. That doesn't happen so easily. That's my request number one. Request number two, make networking a habit. Now, what do I mean by that? I'll explain it in an example. Networking is like health. Many of us start investing on our health when we get our first bad news from a doctor, or we fall down, or we had a major crisis of health. And that's when we realize health is important. So we start investing in health. I mean, I had this friend of mine who loved to eat, loved to enjoy life. Food and drinks were everything to him. The day he got his first attack, the next day, he woke up at 4 a.m., started jogging, and made it like his life's mission to invest in health. But by that time, it was too late. He was 42 years old. Imagine doing it earlier, which is the whole systematic investment plan. That just like how we invest in our money, mutual funds, stocks, invest in networks every day, like a habit. Invest 30 minutes in networking. Make sure that when you go to office post pandemic, you have a coffee or tea with someone you don't know. Catch up with people you haven't met for years, and genuinely do it from your heart, not only when you need a job or a tip or a business. That's not networking, that's something very, very different. So build and invest time. So some of the things I do even till now is that I still stay in touch with people, whatever mechanism I can do. I can't invest so much time every day, but whatever time I have, once in a while, a phone call is very good. One of my very good friends has this habit of wishing everyone on their birthday, not on Facebook, not on WhatsApp, a phone call. And that's how he networks. He's known for this quality. In fact, we all cherish that phone call a lot. My elder brother does that. He makes sure that he calls up people on their birthdays personally, 30 seconds, and says happy birthday. And that's such a great virtue that we are missing today. So do it as a habit, not only when you need a job or a business engagement. Number three, be an interesting person. Attract people by your intellect, stories, interests, and results. Why would people come and network with you when you have something to offer them? And that's how you become a magnet that people want to come to. This will happen not just because you have a resume. This will happen when you're an interesting person, when you have done something worth talking about, when you have stories worth sharing, where as a personality you have more to talk about just besides work. Which is why when you look at people who are musicians, people love to network with them. And I'll tell you this very interesting example that happened in a literary fest. There was a beautiful literary fest that I was a part of. And in the evening, one of us was a singer with a guitar. So in the evening, when all of us went and did this networking dinner, nobody came and sat next to anyone except this person with the guitar, because everybody loved being with him. He would sing songs, he would encourage people to join them, and he was a genuinely nice networker. So be a little bit more interesting person. Don't be this boring technical person, job kind of a person. Arey, yeah, relax, be interesting, talk about books, movies, share about your travel. Be a little bit person that people come to and enjoy talking to. And that's where your networking will become better. Otherwise, it's very hard for people to connect with you. So that's my request number four. Let's go to request number five. Be a good listener. Oh, this is hard. You know, listening is the most important technique for networking. What is listening? Let's say you want to network with a person. What can you give them? The simplest answer is your time and your ears, which is very hard to do because you have to listen to their stories and remember them and connect with them next time. This is an art. So go to people, ask a very open-ended question that how was your trip last week that you went to whatever city you went, and let them talk, and you listen, and you make them talk more, and you listen, and they will give you all the information which will help you network with them better. But be a good listener. Speak very, very less and listen more. I know it's very easy said than done. Many of us don't even allow people to talk. We just interrupt and tell our stories. But you want to be a good networker? Be a good listener. And the last one, close the loop properly. Again, I'll explain using an example. Some of my friends and students write to me that, sir, on LinkedIn, can you connect us with this person? And I do that. But then that's it. and I never hear back from them at all. And this is wrong. So all of you, you're entitled to cache your networks, but close the loop. What is closing the loop? You contact the person, take the help that you want, and then once you got the help, close the loop that, sir, I got the help that you gave me. I contacted your network person. He did this for me. Thank you so much. Because of you, my work got done. This is called closing the loop. Or a very interesting incident happened. A student wrote to me that, sir, your friend is there who's a very big CEO. We want to invite him for our program. So I connected the two. And after some 2, 3 weeks, I kind of forgot about it. After about 2, 3 weeks, that friend of mine, who's a very famous CEO, called up and said that, hey, I've not heard back from that student. I'm like, what student? And he said that you only connected me. So that's when it struck me that, oh yeah, I connected them. So I saw the email chain and the student had kind of vanished. So I called up that student. I said, what happened? He's like, sir, that program got cancelled. So I said, why don't you close the loop with me and them? It's so embarrassing. And these are smart management students. But this simple technique, closing the loop, that inform people, keep everybody informed, close the loop is very, very important. Either thank them, inform them that the program is cancelled, whatever it is, but close the loop so that nobody is in a surprise. This is very critical for networking, that we sometimes don't even close the loop. We got what we want, tata bye bye. That doesn't happen like that. So close the loop properly, because you need to encash the same network again and again. And once you break the trust, you've lost this network. So let me repeat the 5 steps for you all over again. Step number 1, use your existing networks, alumni circles better. Don't go to unknown people. First, get to know who you know very well. Number 2, have a habit of networking. This is important. Make it a 30-minute effort of your life every day. Number 3, be an interesting person. People want to come and network with you only when you have something interesting to offer. Otherwise, nobody's going to come to you. So be a person who has stories, something more to talk about than just work, or some information that people would want to listen to, but be a little bit more interesting. Number 4, be a good listener. Speak less, let them talk. And number 5, close the loop very well. If you apply these 5 simple techniques, your networks will become stronger, this wealth will increase over time, and very soon, like how you have billions in your bank, you'll have billions in your network bank as well. And this network bank will take your career forward. Stay safe.